Hey everyone, it's Jess, and today we're going to be talking about Don't Breathe. It was theatrically released in August 2016, and the DVD Blu-ray release was this week. It is directed by Fede Alveraz, it is starring Jane Levy and Stephen Lang, and it is produced by Sam Raimi. Evil Dead. This is a horror/suspense film following three teenage friends who decide to rob a home who the occupant of this home is blind. He ends up trapping them and now they have to escape him. Overall, I did find this movie pretty entertaining. The pacing is very, very good. It never gets slow. I really was never bored. And there's a lot of twists and turns in here that some you see coming, some you don't. But I like the fact that the movie does keep you guessing the entire time on who's gonna die, who's not gonna die, what obstacle are they going to be facing next. I do think they did that very successfully here. I hear a lot of people saying this is a Panic Room ripoff. I don't think that this is a Panic Room ripoff. I think the director was very inspired by Panic Room, and I think he paid tribute to it. And I actually looked it up, and Fede Alveraz did in fact confirm that. He's not trying to rip anything off, he just wanted to pay tribute. There are a lot of similarities between the two films, especially in the camera work. It'll pan up from floor to floor in the home. It'll also go right through rooms. That's a similarity for sure. The color palette is definitely very, very similar, and the character of Money has cornrows on his hair, just like Jared Leto did. I personally think that Panic Room is a far better film, and the main reason why is because of the characters. In Panic Room, I cared whether or not Jodie Foster and Kristen Stewart made it out alive. There was a lot of depth to these characters, and they were extremely well performed. I was rooting for them the entire movie. Same thing with the bad guys. There was definitely times that I rooted for Forest Whitaker, and I was always rooting for somebody. I was emotionally invested in that movie. Don't Breathe does not have that. Unfortunately, these characters are they're pretty flat. There's not a lot of depth and dimension here. The dialogue as well falls extremely flat, and the performances are pretty mediocre aside from Stephen Lang. I really did like what he did here. He steals the show. His presence is very commanding. But his character's going to do some things here that you're not rooting for him, and you don't really feel sorry for him. Only one of our main characters, Jane Levy, has even a backstory to really work with, and that's that she's abused and she's robbing this guy because he's got money and she's going to save her sister. But there's things that she does as a character and the overall performance of Jane Levy that I don't care enough about her to want her to succeed. In fact, I spent a lot of this movie kind of hoping everybody would die. Like, there was not at any point where I sat there and said, I hope this person makes it. I want this character to make it. Didn't happen. So while I was still very entertained by the movie, I definitely wasn't emotionally involved, and therefore it was not as entertaining to me as Panic Room was. This movie does do a very good job of building suspense and tension. I was never scared in this movie. I don't even consider it really a horror movie. To me, this is a suspense thriller, but you know, whatever. It does a great job of building that tension of, is he gonna get them or not, and what's he gonna do to them if he does. Considering Sam Raimi is a producer in this movie, I was expecting some over-the-top blood and guts. That didn't really happen here. Nothing was over the top. All of the blood was pretty wound specific to the character, so nothing there. However, there is a bodily fluid that makes an appearance in this movie that's where you know Sam Raimi had his touch, because oh my god, it was so gross. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I am going to tell you, I bet money that either yourself or whoever you watch this with is going to do this exact gesture when this scene happens. They're going to go exactly what I just did there, exactly what I just did. They're gonna do it. And if they don't, you need to reevaluate who is sitting next to you, because that's just nasty. Nasty. So gross. While I do think that scene was completely over the top for absolutely no reason at all, I have to say it's memorable, so it totally works. And you will forever remember that scene because it's gross. A minor nitpick of the film is Stephen Lang's blindness and his ability to immediately be right there at the right time to prevent the three from doing anything. And that got a little old because it was just so not possible for him to automatically be there right at that right time. And then there's some scenes where he's like almost face to face with one of the kids, and he can't like smell them or feel them breathing. And that was a little unrealistic. I did still like the scenes. There is a good amount of tension tension being built out of all of those scenes and twists and turns in the movie, so it works. But if you are someone who is bothered by something being unrealistic like that, you may end up having a problem with it. So overall, I did enjoy this movie. It is a good time at the movies. It's entertaining, it's well paced, and it's actually pretty suspenseful. But that lack of depth in characters and that lack of just emotionally giving a shit about any of these people just isn't there. And for that reason, I am going to be giving this movie a B-. Well, that is my review for Don't Breathe. Let me know down below what's your favorite home invasion movie. Mine is probably Panic Room. I also really like Funny Games, the one with Michael Pitt. But let me know down below what's your favorite, because I'm always looking for a good new movie to watch. If you like what you saw here, please hit like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the movie down below. I will be having a Danny Boyle series that's going to be starting this month in preparation and excitement for Trainspotting 2. So I am super, super excited to be doing that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single view. I'm just a girl who loves movies and I love talking about them with you guys. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!